This is Pamela Kuhn, and the curtain is up on Center Stage, the show about the arts and the artists behind their work. There is a question that I ask myself often. Is everyone potentially born to be an artist? Is the talent under the skin of every person just waiting for the right moment to be born? Well, today I have a young woman as my guest who allowed her talent to emerge at a critical time in her life. Born in Harbin, China, this lovely woman has found her voice and her music. Her name is Miist, and her recent global anthem, Could You Lend Me a Smile, has been recorded in 15 different languages over 6 continents. She discovered her musical gift at age 34, and she is remarkably self-taught. Miist relies on emotional instinct over training. Of this, she says, I walk into people's stories, and their emotions become melodies. Her personal story is filled with drama. Abandoned at age 5, surviving terminal cancer by age 28, her path has been complicated. But music has been her savior and her guide. Miist, welcome to Center Stage. It is a pleasure to have someone who brings such positivity and grace to my platform.
Oh, thank you so much, Pamela. That's as beautiful as it could be said. Thank you. The pleasure is all mine.
Well, you're so
Thank you
kind.
for having me.
You're kind, you're kind. Now tell me, where are you right now?
I'm in Oklahoma City meeting some fellow musicians.
Wow, this is exciting. And as I gather, you're a member of the Grammy Awards, the voting body of the Grammys.
Yes,
Am I right?
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I know nothing about you really. I mean, so let's start at the beginning because your journey has been unusual to say the least. So you're from Harbin, China, and I gather that you were abandoned at age 5.
Yes. My parents at that time, they decided to send me to boarding school, which is a advanced thing. Just happening in the city is viewed as a privilege. They wanted to give me the best. They had good intentions. However, to a young child at about 5, it felt like abandonment because
Right.
I started to learn how to deal with my emotions, with my difficulties all on my own. And after that, my father, who was my main caretaker, I think he lost his purpose too because I was in school, so he left and never returned.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine this.
Thank you.
What happened to you, my dear?
So I spent lots of years in school from actually preschool to elementary, then spent lots of years, not lots of years, most of my years of high school and university all on my own, and it became my life.
But how can a young child actually support themselves? I mean, do you just become a ward of the country, of the state in that case, and they take care of you?
Well, the school has offered pretty much everything, and most kids can go back home on weekends. And I did at times, however, some weeks I went home with teachers and some weeks with other relatives. I became this shared kid for with lots of families. I enjoyed it at the moment. However, now I realize there is some damage done to how I handle emotion and everything. Yeah, but I don't view it as just a difficulty or a bad thing. I learn from it and I understand when other people experience it. I think it gives me more empathy
For
and more
others
understanding for others,
in
so
the
I
same
could
situation.
feel more kinds of stories. It gives me more inspiration for songwriting too.
But there must have been some dreadfully dark times for you as a child.
Definitely, definitely. Um, However, I choose to remember the good. I spend a lot of times on my own exploring the nature, just learn to play with myself. I appreciate that too. So I never feel truly lonely because I have a very fun and rich world in my head.
That's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. Who do you credit with being the most important person along the way as you were growing up?
Wow. I would say it has to be my mom because in the middle of my many years spending at school, there were actually a few years she took me back and took very good care of me. And I think at that time she was maturing too. She realized the distance in our relationship and she started fixing it. And we got extremely close even till today. And she was the one decided to support me when I had the cancer diagnosed. She supported me from Harbin to Beijing to see different doctors and eventually went back to Canada. That's where I was living at the moment.
I see.
She supported me all the way, took very good care of me.
Okay.
Yeah, even though not knowing what's in front of us. So I appreciate her very much. And now she's living with us permanently. And
That's
I'm very
amazing.
happy to have her as part of our little family now.
Okay, that's beautiful. So, who is us?
That means me, my husband, and my daughter. She's actually my stepdaughter, but
Okay.
from the day we met, I think she started calling me mom. So
Wow.
she is my daughter.
And did you meet your husband in America, in Canada?
Actually, we first met. When we met, it's always me, my husband, and my daughter. All the dates is was the three of us.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
That's
we
beautiful.
first met in Canada, then we started spending more time in the US.
So you had developed this terrible liver cancer, from what I understand, and this is what when you were in China, your mother helped you find the right treatment. And at this point, I can only imagine that you were thinking, my life has been a series, of unfortunate events. And so I admire your positive nature and your loving attitude through all of this. So when you got to Canada, were you still fighting the cancer, or were you healed?
So I was most at first, the tumor was found in Canada. Then my mom asked me to go back to China because she, we have more family there. We get more support. We can get more test results done, and we can see multiple doctors in a relatively shorter
Okay.
time.
Okay.
So that's what I did. I went back to Harbin, started seeing doctors, about three doctors. They all said terminal cancer for sure, 1 month or 3 months to live. Then we said we have to go to a bigger city, to the best hospitals to get second, better opinions. We were hoping for different opinions,
Okay.
but we saw a dozen doctors and we were moving up to better and better hospitals, hoping they've seen more cases and have more experiences to say otherwise.
Okay.
But the answer kept coming back the same. Terminal cancer, for sure. How long you're gonna live, they have different opinions. 1 week, a month, 3 months, they don't know. But all they agree is this has to be terminal cancer and you have to have a surgery quick because the tumor was about 15 centimeter. If you accidentally fall, it would become an emergency situation.
Right.
Then we don't need to talk about treatment anymore. We just have to focus on saving your life. However, I've done my research. I decided that those treatments were not what I wanted. So I insisted on going back to Canada, looking for the better treatment.
Okay.
And my mom was the only one who supported me at that moment, even though the whole family was against the idea. She went back with me, even though my health insurance expired at the time. So we didn't even know if we could afford it. But turns out the first doctor we met was the best in the field in Vancouver City.
Okay.
And when I called Canada is I don't know what it's called. It's the insurance for everybody. It's the same. It's the
Of
same
course.
service. So I called the
Socialized medicine. Socialized.
exactly socialized medicines. Thank you so much. So I called them, and the person I forgot, I think it was a lady. She was so kind. She said, "Okay, I'll continue it for you. How far back do you want me to backdate it to so you can cover some expenses from before?"
Wow.
Yeah.
That
So
is extraordinary.
yeah,
When
so
she
it
was.
happened. Yeah. And usually you have to wait for 6 months to a year at least. I waited, I think, about 3 months or so. I got my turn and I had the surgery, and the doctor saved my life.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And all because of your instincts to go back to Canada.
I'm not sure if it's instinct, but I can be stubborn at times.
And your mother was so sure China was the place. Isn't that interesting? Were you married? Were you
Yes.
married at this time, Mist?
No,
You were
I was
just on your
still
own.
single, working.
And
Yeah.
and I understand that you trained as an accountant.
Yes, I
So
worked
you were
at
in finance.
I worked in a piano store around all the musicians, even all my
Oh my gosh.
coworkers, even if admin or salesperson, they're all musicians. I was the only person who's not a musician where I worked. I didn't know.
Wow. Wow. Did you start to think at that point, I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of a musical journey.
No, every time I saw them, sometimes they play in the store, sometimes I
Hmm.
can see other people having lessons there. I was just, whoa, this is amazing. Never thought about doing anything about it.
This is incredible. I mean, first of all, I'm shocked because usually, by and large, Chinese children are actually trained in all sorts of musical instruments from a young age.
Yes,
You were
and
the
I
exception.
was put in classes too, but I could never make it for sometimes not even a month, sometimes not a year. I just can't keep learning it. Now I understand is that's not the way I learn. I can't
Uh-huh.
learn in a traditional way. It just, I'm so sorry, it puts me to sleep. Every time I practice the pieces over and over, it just puts me to sleep. Now I understand I play in a different way. I have to have fun with it.
I see. And you discovered that at age 34.
Yes, earlier you said it so nicely. Actually, the story was not as nice as it happened that way. Actually, I fought that idea for 6 months.
Hmm.
My husband, who's also my best friend, he was the one discovered that ability. And during COVID, I started trying to learn how to play some piano chords on YouTube so I can sing
Hmm.
along. Every time I watched the YouTube video, he stopped me and we got in a fight about it. I want to watch YouTube videos. He said, no, you shouldn't because I can see you have this ability to write your own music and play your own way. You can play
Hmm.
by ear.
Hmm.
Don't let the YouTube videos limit what you can do. You don't want to learn how other people teach you how to play.
Okay.
So every time I try to secretly watch the videos, he stopped me, then we argue. And after 6 months, one day I said, I love you so much, I can't continue fighting you about this. We never fight about anything else. This is not okay. So today I'm gonna sit down at your piano, he plays. And I'm gonna give it an honest try. I'm not gonna fake it. I will really try to show you I really can't do this. And we stopped talking about it, okay? So I sat there and really tried to write some songs, and I actually wrote 3 that day, and it completely proved I was wrong.
Okay, this is an incredible story.
Thank you.
An incredible story. Okay, what does your husband do? Just out of curiosity.
He's a self-taught pianist and he's a songwriter. And he's an amazing lyricist mostly. We write our songs, my songs together, but I mostly take care of the melody part. Then we talk about the story,
Okay.
and he mostly is the one writing all the beautiful words. We talk about the story together, then build this structure of the story, but mostly he picks out the words, the perfect words for each note.
So you are both in full collaboration on your musical journey.
Yes. Oh, and it is just the best experience. Every song we wrote together, I felt we got closer and closer, and we know each other better and better.
I wonder how many people during COVID took up playing the piano. You know,
Exactly,
we're all in
exactly.
seclusion. Everyone wants to try something new. If it's not, going back to school to go to get a law degree, there are people just trying to learn to play the piano. And
Yeah.
look at what has come of this.
Yeah.
So you say you like to have fun because right now I'm thinking of all these musicians I know who have labored for years and years with the discipline of practice and study and hundreds of thousands of dollars of education and lessons, and then you just open up and you found this gift.
Don't get me wrong, I appreciate all those musicians very much.
Hmm.
After I do my creative part of the songwriting, I often need to go to those musicians who have spent hours, years to build their skills and to practice so they can help me
Right.
to make this piece a better, yeah, music wise. I really need their help. I appreciate their effort. There are people very good at what they do. I didn't have the training, so all I can do is just have fun with it and write in my own style, write my own stories, and yeah,
Yeah, okay, I understand. Do you feel that there is a force like coming through you from somewhere else? I know you're a very intensely spiritual person. Um,
definitely.
do you feel that this is a gift that's been given to you? Was it just sitting waiting, or was it given during
Absolutely.
COVID through some divine providence?
I feel this was a gift given to me all along. I just didn't feel free enough to fully explore it and to
Hmm.
recognize it even.
Right,
I
right.
didn't
Understood.
recognize it. I, before 34 years old, I strongly rely on the left side of my brain, accounting numbers. I want everything to, I want to know where I'm going. I want to know everything that
Hmm.
I do is I learned this, I know how to do this. This is the way to do it.
Hmm. Hmm.
However, I just kind of the right side of my brain was half of asleep. I think it's like that. So the music, the creativity side, I use my left brain to really press it down, not letting it come out.
Do you think that has something to do with your childhood and perhaps that sense of abandonment? You weren't allowing yourself to get to the creative side for fear of dealing with all of that emotion.
Absolutely. When your life is so out of control, all you want is to keep it under control. And to do that, I
Right.
didn't have the freedom to have fun. But once that day, when I started writing, it's like the switch was turned on, and it's like all these emotions are like water coming, flowing out. You, it's unstoppable from that point.
That's exciting.
That was
When did you know you were onto something fantastic? Because you've gone on to be on the Billboard charts in adult contemporary music. Here you guys are, in Oklahoma City right now. You're facing getting cozy with all sorts of other potential collaborators, and you have one of the most famous producers in the world, a man who's produced Aretha Franklin and Whitney Houston and the Temptations, just to name a few. When did you know this was all going to be your path?
I think the moment was when after I wrote the song, Could You Lend Me a Smile? We started because we need more help. Because at that time, I believe loneliness, we did our research and we found out loneliness is not just a problem for a small area. Not even just Asia, it's here too. It's in
Right.
the US, it's in Europe, it's everywhere. So people need to be aware of it. But on top of that, they need to know they can do something about it because there are so many bigger problems in the world that we can't do anything about. However, loneliness is something we really can do something about. And it's so simple.
Hmm.
It's just one smile at a time. So when we started telling other musicians about this, we said we need help because we need more languages. For the message to get to people's heart, we need to sing in their heart language. And the lyrics needs to be properly adopted instead of just translated
Right.
because it needs to be cultural acceptable and sang by local artists who can sing in the style that people would embrace it.
Of course. Yeah. Hmm.
So we need a lot of help on the language, on the singers, on the production, because it's all over the world. We started talking to more and more musicians, and when they start one by one to respond to that message, that's, I think, is the moment I realized, okay, this is going to be big and it's gonna be very good. As a musician community, also as what we can do to the world,
Hmm.
what we can use music to
Of
change
course.
the world.
There's so much power there, as we've seen before in concerted efforts.
Absolutely.
Well, I gotta say, through COVID, your husband must have been pretty excited that you finally got in touch with your musical voice.
He is. That's more like his purpose. He wants to help people realizing their gift and
Hmm.
helping them, encouraging them to find it, to
Let it
use
flow.
it. Yeah,
Hmm.
let it flow. Yeah.
Hmm. So, your your being, as I see it, is that you want to go forth with such a message of hope and healing to those who are really lonely in this world. I know in one of your music videos you speak about a poor Japanese man who died alone in his apartment and was found weeks later. And there is something of you, there's a thread that runs through with your life through reaching out to others through your music. Am I right?
Yes, yeah, I think what you're saying kind of helped me organize this storyline too. I think you're absolutely right because what I've experienced in life, the love I received on the way, I try to focus on the good side. So I also want other people to experience that so they don't give up, just like what I did. They don't
Hmm.
give up believing in the good.
Wow.
And I don't want people to turn bitter and to give up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, it's a marvelous message, Mist. And I,
Thank
I
you.
have to ask you, how did you come upon the name Mist?
We were just having fun. That was before I started even releasing any, even produce any of the songs. They were just sitting there, they were just written, but I just discovered I could write music. And one day on a road trip, The whole family was in the car and we were listening to Adele, one of my favorite
Mm,
artists.
great singer.
Yeah, amazing. I just love her so much. And I mentioned, oh, I would like a one word stage name, like Adele, one
Mm-hmm.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Then my family, they're mostly words people. My husband, my daughter, they're both amazing writers. My daughter is only 11 years old and she's already an amazing writer. They love words. So they're like, yeah, what kind of words are you looking for? I said, I want something that means that is very refreshing, but not always in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So they started brainstorming some
Okay.
words and finally Mist came out and I love it. Then we decided we wanted to be a little more special, so we added one more I.
So it's Miist. Well, this
Yes.
certainly is distinctive, and you are like a mist that wafts through, with your music.
Thank you.
How many genres do you write in, Miss? Can you claim possession of a genre?
No, I can't. I can't because I write all over the place. I'm more story driven,
Okay.
and each story brings out a different emotion, and that emotion decides where it goes. I don't control it. I let the emotion go free, and oftentimes the genre that came out, I didn't even know of. So it's really I don't try to limit where the emotion wants to go
Okay. Okay. I
because
love it.
that's the best way for the emotion to really show me where it wants to go. So I just let it go. One time it came out as emo anthem rock, and we just recorded this song. It's very, very different.
Wow.
Yeah, so from funk to disco to I write lots of ballad. I love writing ballads
Hmm.
and rock, quite a few rock. Sometimes the emotion can be intense, and pop, yeah, R&B really just depends on the story and the emotion.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand. How many recordings have you released since this all started?
About less than 30 are released, but we should have almost 10 done in the can already.
That beautiful phrase, in the can, it gives you such a feeling of completion, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, you didn't get here alone, and we know we've heard about your husband, but I want to know about your relationship with this incredible man, Narada Michael Walden. How did you
Yes.
meet?
Oh, wow. You would like the story too.
Okay, I love it
My husband and
already.
I were looking at, we love going to open houses. They're fun, looking at different styles of houses. And one time we were at a house opening and ran into an agent who we always ask, what do you do? They always ask
Hmm.
us, what do you do? Then we also ask back, what do you do?
Hmm.
Then we found out we're both musicians. So we listened to each other's music. And
Hmm.
he liked my music and forwarded it to his friend Justice, who happened to work for Narda. And he also liked it and forwarded to Narda. Then we received this phone call from Narda said, I would like to meet you. So
How
we went to
incredible.
his studio, Harbin Studios, and met him the first time. And he put me on the piano and the same microphone where Aretha Franklin recorded Respect, and said, sing me something. And I did one song, then again, sing me a different song, then again, and again. The meeting I thought should be, before I went there, I thought the meeting should be maybe 30 minutes, but it turned out to be a 3 hour meeting until he had to go. And we were just jamming, we're playing music. And he, when I showed him my songs, he started hearing some arrangement. Then
Yeah.
he went to the piano and started playing. Then he moved to the drum and started playing. just ideas started popping out, and we were just having lots of fun. At the end of that meeting, he said, Mist, I would like to produce an album for you. Then I told him, oh, Narda, I don't know what to say. From the moment I walk into your studio, this still feels like a dream. But now I'm not afraid to dream again. He
Oh,
said, you should write a song about it. So I did. And that song was dedicated to him.
oh my God, this is an incredible story. This is everyone's dream, Mist.
I know, it still feels like a dream. And I love Narda so much. He's my mentor. He brought me into this world. And in the album, in the production of the album, I learned so much from him. And he was sitting there face to face with me through every recording.
Yeah.
That's at the end, that's why he said, oh, Mist, you know what? This album, recording this album with you felt like listening to the music from the living room. That's how
Okay,
the album's name
the
came.
name of your album. I
Yeah.
love this. So, how did you feel sitting there singing into the same microphone as some of the giants in recorded history?
Oh, I know. I try not to think too much about it.
And
I was just enjoying the whole process, every second of it.
well, honestly, you were sharing your God-given talent with him, and he could hear it, and what a connection. So, to everyone listening out there, whenever you go to an open house, you need to talk about what you do for a living, because you just never know.
Absolutely. But we don't just talk about it there. My husband was telling everyone about it. And some connections actually came from just talking to people. You never know who knows who.
Oh, exactly. That's how
Yeah,
the music and entertainment world works. But how this is paid off for you is extraordinary. So he is still your primary producer, yes?
yes, we still have projects we need to finish. But right now, this song, Could You Lend Me a Smile? I'm producing it myself with some other friends.
Exciting.
Yeah. And like you said earlier, it was released on 15 languages at the same time already. However, currently I'm working on a version that's more global. I'm adding in some Asian instruments and South America
Oh, interesting.
percussions. Yeah. And I'm putting 12 languages all in one song.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
that
So
makes
it's a
sense.
truly global version of it.
Plus the
And
diverse instruments. That's really interesting, Mist.
yes,
And
yes,
that's
I'm
getting back
having
to
so
your
much
own
fun.
culture. I mean, again, we're trying to heal you, right? Through your own
Exactly.
process, through
So
your own music.
now we added on this one more layer. We're bringing in the cultural influence. So now when people hear the message, they can really feel they're put in an Asian country, really feel the story.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course, the texture of the instruments, the timbre, of the story. I mean, all
absolutely.
of this makes so much sense.
Yeah. I
How
can't wait to show
fascinating.
you a demo.
I can't wait either. I mean, this is such an extraordinary story. And I'm just so happy that you're smiling and that what you have achieved is through your own natural talent that was suppressed probably for many, many, many years. You
Yes.
know?
And I don't think it's a bad thing because from the way I write and the way I use this gift, it
Mhm.
really needed more experience
Yeah,
and more patience. I view it as I've waited to a time that's I'm ready for it. Then it came out at just the right time.
that's very, very exciting. Tell me, to young songwriters out there or young musicians who are just discovering themselves, do you have a message for them as they pursue their own path?
Yeah. Um, I when you ask this question, I have a few thoughts. I've seen young musicians because the pace of the industry is very fast these days,
Hmm.
and the things that are more promoted is limited to one kind. So some young musicians try to catch that trend
Yeah.
and to fit in that market. However, sometimes I can see their talent could be so much better if they just allow themselves to be themselves.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I
I think that's
think,
very good
yeah,
advice.
even that might not seem to be the trend today,
Hmm.
but you will find the people who really appreciate who you are. And that even it's just 1% of all the listeners. That's plenty. That's enough for you.
That's worth it.
Yeah, it's totally worth it.
That's incredible. In my own work, I speak with all my singers about finding their honest voice, and you are in touch with your honest voice. And is
Thank
this what you call the language of the heart, your heart language?
In a way, absolutely. Yeah, and I call my music, people ask me what genre are you all the time. I call it meaningful music.
Right. Okay. I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
You're
they are from a
establishing your own.
meaningful schedule and they come with a clear call to action that you can do in such a short time that will change your world.
That's so exciting. You're really an
Thank you.
ambassador, Mist.
Thank you.
We know you're
Thank
an ambassador for loneliness. Are you going to take on hunger next? I mean, it's a big job, but somebody's got to do it, you know?
I think there's so much to do with just one thing, loneliness. Everyone's touched by loneliness. I want to focus on one thing at a time and really do it to as far as I could, as deep as we can go. And that's why I also have a podcast called Make Me Smile with Mist.
Yeah,
I could go deeper into the science, the psychology of why we come more and more disconnected,
right.
but not from any kind of professional perspective. I'm just someone who's searching for answer, and I would enjoy the listeners to come and search for that answer with me
With you.
and
Hmm.
try
Hmm.
to practice these 15-second actions to really start some changes.
Well, 15 seconds is what's got everyone right now, from TikTok to, your entire world audience. So I think you're
Yeah,
onto something.
thank you.
I think you are. When did you know you could give up accountancy?
Well, that was given up when I got married. I was still in the transition. Then I found music, so I never went back to accounting.
But you talk about right brain and left brain. Music is about numbers. And in your own
Absolutely.
way, when you were literally recording numbers as an accountant, you were working on
Yes.
some sort of mathematical stroke musical arc.
Yeah.
You-
Now for a moment, when I first discovered this right side of the brain, the creativity side, I viewed the both two sides as enemies to each other for quite a
Okay.
while.
Okay.
Because when I try to use my right brain, my left brain comes in and become judgmental and bring in doubts. But when I try to use my left brain to do some other work, my right brain is la 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 daydreaming. So, but I just realized I was wrong. They are a team.
Yeah.
When they work together, they're the most powerful team. They're never enemies. They just want to do different things, but we can guide them to meet somewhere in the middle and work together, and they enjoy it.
I love that. I really like that link up. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, you are a heroine and you are courageous. We know that. And you followed your path. And, like you said, don't try and fit into any other genre other than your own. It's very exciting, Miss. And gosh, I wish you all the best. How can we find out more about your music and where can we find that out?
Thank you. I'm Mist, the singer on every social media platform, and on music platform, I'm just Mist. I'm Iist, and my website is mistthesinger.com.
I love it. I love it. And are
Thank
you
you.
living in the United States now?
Yes, Yes, California and Washington.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, the best of both worlds. Oh my
Oh.
gosh, girl. You're doing okay. And what is the next release then that's coming out? What can we anticipate?
Actually, on July 25th, which is well, we're recording on the 25th today, I
Oh,
have a new song, The Bruises Won't Ever Understand, about domestic abuse.
oh boy.
Yeah, it's the domestic abuse. I'm not sure it's domestic abuse day or the abuse
Mm-hmm.
day.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm sending this message out
I
to
love it.
tell girls that when we come from a abused history, we
Mm-hmm.
tend to naturally go back to it. We kept falling into the same pattern over and over. I'm trying to use the song to tell them it's okay to not go back to that. It's okay
That's,
to stop it, and you have the power to do it.
yeah.
Nobody else has. It's all in you.
This is very exciting, Mist. Wow.
Thank you.
Well, from one who has been bruised several times in her life, you know what you're talking about. And I appreciate you putting this life experience and your music together for this huge communion of spirit for your world in all your languages, with all your instruments, and with all your awards. And all I can
Thank
say
you.
is all the best to you.
Thank you.
This is so
Same
exciting.
for you. Thank you for putting this platform out for musicians to have a voice and for more people to hear our message. Thank you for
Absolutely.
what you do.
We have to keep supporting art as art. And you keep doing that too, my dear. All right? Promise me?
Thank you so much. Yes, I will. I hope to meet you in person one
I
day.
hope so too. I'm sure we will get the job done at some point.
Yes,
But good luck
please.
with everything.
Thank
And
you.
to all my listeners, seek out Miist the singer. You will be thrilled with her story and her music. And to everyone else, I want you to go to centerstagewithpamelakuhn.com and my YouTube channel and my upcoming big launch of a new podcast in the fall, which is going to be very exciting, and find my shows and my music. So thanks again to Miist. All the best. And stay safe, everyone. This is Pamela Kuhn, and the curtain is now down on Center Stage.
Walk the extra mile and lend me a smile.